Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to start showing my coloring book collection. I would say it's a pretty decent size. It's not, I would say it's not like minimal, but it's not a whole ton, if that makes sense. But I do have a decent amount and I feel like I've been putting this off because I keep saying, oh, I'll do it after I get this book. So I've kind of come to the agreement with myself that my collection's always going to be growing, so I'll just post future, parts when I acquire more. But anyways, let me get into it. I'm going to start off with my hardcover books and then move on from there. So first off, I'll show you all my Hanna Karlzon books. I have a nice stack. I don't have her, her, oh wow, spirit animal one yet, just because it's not available in the US, but it is on my wish list. So these are in no particular order. I have Magical Dawn, and I love the pictures in this. They're just like so magical. I think this is so cool. This picture right there. I love that picture. But yeah, there's just a lot of unique pictures to color in this one. I finished this spread. I think this is the only spread that I've done in this book, so I need to definitely work in it more. Yeah, there's like animal portraits and girl portraits. Ooh, this is really cool. Definitely a little bit more funky, I would say, her girls are in this one. But really fun. So this is a good book to have. Here is Summer Nights. I love this one too. I need to work in it more. Oh my goodness, I don't think I've completed a picture in this one yet. Wow. Okay, and I love this one. Maybe that's why, because I love it so much. Okay. Just like the same, kind of a lot of animals and birds, especially. I love sunflowers, coloring sunflowers, so I might do that one. Typical underwater. This one's also really pretty. But yeah, I feel like this one has a lot more animal content, especially compared to some of her other books where she has a lot of girls. Like Magical Dawn has a lot of girls in it. Let's see, we have Jewelry Box. I have done one in here, I believe. Yes, I've done this one in here with polychromos. But I definitely need to work in more of her other books. I just have a hard time. When I have a hard time deciding what to color though, I always go to Daydreams. Ooh, that is really cool. I feel like in Hanna Karlzon's books, there's like, every single time you open it or see somebody's finished pages, there's like something new. I just keep discovering pictures that she has in her books. Like, oh, I want to color that one. This one is Seasons, so it has a lot more themed, so like wintry. That was really cool. This reminds me of St. Lucia with her like candle crown that she wears. So yeah, just really cool. So this is winter and like going into fall. I've done this one and I've done one other double page spread. This is like summer. I did this one. And I used polychromos for this skein, which I think turned out really awesome. It is a lot harder to find a good skin tone in polychromos, I feel like. there's just some really fun pictures in this one. I really like this one too. This might be one of my favorite just because it's very diverse and really cool. And then we have Daydreams, which I've colored the most in because it is my first Hanna Karlzon book for one. That, because I have a confession. So I admired her artwork, but I didn't know if it was like my style for coloring. So I just bought one book, and then I colored a picture in here and fell in love and bought all the other ones as they came out. So I've done this one. This one has a lot of birds and like houses, and a decent amount of underwater scenes, so it's also pretty diverse. There's a kitty. I like her animals in this one quite a bit. Yeah. Oh, I love this. See, the one thing that I love about Hannah's books is I'll work on one side and then want to work on the other. So I did this picture, and then I decided I want to do this one, and I used a lot of the same colors because I colored it right after, so that's really fun to do too. So these are just some really quick flip throughs. If you want a full-on flip through of any of these books, let me know, and I would be oh so happy to if I don't have one up already. Oh, I've got to show you the first one that I colored in here. It was this one. I used my Art Advantage pencils. I hadn't invested in anything much more than that really yet, so yeah. I love this book a lot. The paper is also different than the other Hanna Karlzon books, which is kind of interesting. Oh, and this is the first picture that I colored with polychromos, so that is also a monumental thing. So this book has had a lot of things happen with it. Okay, and then I have the Winter Dreams postcard book, and this is really fun. It's like really thick cardstock, and one of these days I will actually finish coloring something in here and send it out. I've had this for 2 Christmases, I think. No, just one, but yeah, that's all I got colored last year because we ended up moving at the end of the year. Okay, so next we have Klara Markova. So her first book is I'm not even gonna, well, I did try, but it translates to Magical Delights, and I love how different her style is. Like, her elves are more like impy than like drop dead fantabulously gorgeous, you know, like some of the other artists do. And I just love how cute this book is. Like, every single picture in this book is cute. This is my first time using Inktense on this page. I love all of these pictures in her books. So a lot of you have probably seen this one colored by Chris Chang. I started this in the background. This was before I had Inktense, so you can obviously see how quickly that fizzled out. And this right here is just the pencil that I was using. If I'm, working on something and I don't have a sticky note on hand to like write down the color, I'll just write it lighter than the pressure that I'm using somewhere on there. Ooh, I like that. This is also another book where you just discover, you just discover pictures. Like, every single time I look through, it's a new experience. And her books are super fun because she has these little doors and flaps in the back that you then go back and glue in and it folds out. So it's interactive as well. Okay. Tenderful Enchantments is one of my super favorite books of hers. It is so cute. She also has a couple of flaps in here, doors. There's not as many. I think the other one had like 4. Oh, so cute. I want to see her imagination inside of her head because these are just also imaginative. This is one that I did last Halloween with Polychromos. Just another quick flip through again. This is the first one that I did in here with Prismacolor. Super cute. It was also my first color along. So there's like these pictures on the side and then the main picture. So it's nice to kind of have a double-sided or a single-sided option because these repeat in a pattern. Hedgehogs. She just has like all these tiny little details that just make everything work together. So yeah, love that one. And then her latest one that came out last year in 2018 is Fairy Miracles. And I love the teal, like the dark turquoisey teal cover. Okay, so this one is really cute. You can kind of see that her drawing has, like, her style has changed. Also, comes with these cute bookmarks. Her, like, even though you can I can't talk. You can, like, immediately tell that this is a Klara Markova. But I feel like it's, like, become a little bit more refined compared to her first book. But so cute. She also has some, like, different time of year scenes in this one, which is a really fun to have. Oh, I love that. Oh, this is the one that I've colored in here. That was really fun to do. And I think that's the only one I've colored in here so far because I love all of her pictures so much. It's so hard for me to choose. So I usually just when I pick a picture to do, I'll flip through my favorite books until there's one that calls to me. Okay, next we have Maria Trolle. I have 3 of her books. I'm anticipating Flora and do not have the budget for Botanicum. So I have 3 of her books. This is Nightfall. This is a really cute book. She's got like pictures that are plain background, and then pictures with a black background. So it's kind of fun to play with that. I have that variety. This was a really quick color, this peony. This one I really like more than Twilight Garden because I feel like there's a lot more of like characters and her little girl more, and there's more flowers in Twilight Garden. So I've done a few in here. I need to finish this one. You will probably see in my collection that I have a lot of whips. Okay. Here we have Twilight Garden, also by Maria Trolle. This really pretty cover. I think her covers are so pretty. So the other one had a list of the flowers. This one does not. There's a bouquet. Yeah, this one has a lot of plants in it because, well, it is garden theme, so makes sense. This is a flower bouquet that I colored for coloring for Katrine last year. And oh, I love this picture so much. This one and this one just makes my heart so happy. Oh, I love foxes. I did not realize there were so many foxes in this one. I've got a ooh, I like that. See, I just will pull out a coloring book and have my son on my lap, and we just flip through and talk about the different things in here. So that's one of my ways that I enable myself is to buy more. Well, I can make up stories and stuff. Okay, so this is Drum Race, which is the Dutch. I want to say, don't quote me on that, but it's the version of Vive goes for a walk, or Vive finds a friend or something like that. It's really thick. I gotta show you compared to her other. It's a lot thicker because I think the paper might be thicker. But it's a hefty book, and I have yet to do a picture in here, but I love it to death. So yeah, and this one is single-sided, which is also more unique. There are some like double-page ones for her bigger spreads. Oh, it's just so cute. I'm just gonna quickly flip through because I do want to do a full flip through on this one. And I think this one is available on Etsy. It's escaping my mind where I got it from. I might have been able to snag it from Amazon, but yeah, I need to dive into this one. So there's another untouched coloring book that I have in my collection. So far, I think that's only 2. That's really good, actually. So this is Sagerl Sagner, and you do not know how happy I was that the publisher decided to reprint this. This is by Emily Lionel Oberg. I have her other book too, but it's with my square coloring books. I saw flip-throughs of this when I first started getting into coloring and fell in love with it because it's so unique, and I waited to get it, and then I found out that it actually wasn't available anymore, and so I like seriously checked. I follow her on Instagram, and around the time that I got into coloring, there was like this movement to get it reprinted. And so I was like checking eBay all the time or Amazon all the time, and then Emily announced on Instagram that it was gonna get reprinted, and I squealed. And my husband got so scared because it was just out of the blue. But I love this book. I love her drawing style, and I think it's so fun to kind of just like look at something for a minute and try to think of, like, she pairs some things together that you wouldn't naturally think of all the time, especially in her other book, but oh, that's so pretty. I could just look at this book every day. So this is a work in progress. I love this book. And Prismacolors go down on this paper super amazingly, and polychromos do as well. But I love Prismacolors in this paper. Oh, it's so cute! I love unique coloring books like this. It's so fun. So I've done a couple in there. Now I'm gonna go grab some of my more odd-shaped and Korean coloring books really fast. Okay, so I have the Coloring Heaven subscription now, and I couldn't locate my, so I have the Cute Aliens special from the month of April, but I don't know where in the world it went. So if I find it by the time I do a next part, then I will show it there. But this is the Hannah Lynn Steampunk special. Yeah. So in this one, you have some exclusive pictures. Ooh, look, she has gears in her eye. Wow. I've only looked through this one a couple times because I've only had it for a couple months. But yeah, there are some from her Steampunk Darlings coloring book, and then some that are exclusive images, so that's really exciting. And I'm really glad I didn't buy the Steampunk Darlings book, because I think it was in my wish list. So that's really fun. So there's Steampunk Special, and then there's the Colin Thompson's coloring book. There's another name for it too that circles around, but it's in German, I think. So this is an amazing grayscale coloring book. So I've worked on this. I treat each of these little shelves as a separate image. So I finished this one and this one. This is like a stone house, but you can't tell because it's grayscale. But once I get all the other color in, then you'll be able to tell. But this is the next one that I'm working on this shelf. And I need to get back into this because it is a stunning book. Like, I can only imagine what this page is going to look like when it's finished. And look at all these doors. I think it would be fun to, like, because, oh wow, I did not finish that sentence. To look up different colored doors. Because you know how in Europe especially, like in Italy, they have all sorts of different colored doors, and probably even in Brazil and stuff, and other parts of the world. But yeah, this would be really fun to do. Here's a quick flip through. This was actually my first coloring book flip through on YouTube, and whew, I should probably go redo it because I didn't have a camera stand at the time. Oh man. So I have come a long way. This is another one that I'm working on. I just liked this background. And he's got this crackle on it, like drawn in there. I don't know if you can see it, it's pretty faint. And so I went in with a dark pencil over all those crackle lines, and wow, it took so long. But this is going to be so beautiful when it's finished. And this is like one of those ones that you can just work on bits and pieces. And it will make sense because it's all so crazy. So you don't really have to worry about color schemes as much in here either because there's just so much. You can't have really this huge cohesive theme. Oh, there's a heart or something. I just love looking at this book because there are so many little things that you can notice. So many. And it is grayscale, which turns some people off, but I actually think it's really fun because you kind of have the artist's vision when you're working on it. So that's Colin Thompson's coloring book. Then we have Handbook Fairy Tales. I don't know what that is saying right there. So this is Handbook Fairy Tales. This is like an introduction. This is the table of contents. So this is the artist's rendition of Snow White. This is the only one that I've started on, and I wrote down all of my colors that I was using in polychromos because I think it's really pretty. Yeah. I love this book. This one is an extremely intricate book, and I do have a full flip through of this one, I believe. I love her Little Mermaid. Oh, this is so cute. How she like has a dress with her fin sticking out. Oh, this is Ursula. Neat. And this is, I think, the more tragic version, I guess. Here's Rapunzel. So this says Rapunzel. So yeah, it's Rapunzel. Here is... Oh, I can't wait to color this hair. See those pretty flowers? So yeah, this is a really pretty one. If you were to buy a Korean coloring book, I would recommend this one and either of the Forest Girl ones. So this must be Cinderella. Yeah. So this is Cinderella. And I have a really bad Korean pronunciation, so I'm sorry. And then in the back, she has like some of the color images of her artwork. So pretty. And then she has this foldout of Alice falling. So really cool. I love that book. Okay, here we have Irene by Nicholas Chandrianata. I have not touched pencil to paper in this one yet because I'm practicing doing skin before. Plus this is just so what's the word? So stunning, you're afraid to mess it up. So this is one of the coloring books that does kind of intimidate me. So I'm going to work in his other book to get over some of that intimidation, because I do have some visions for some of these pictures. So yeah, this one's really pretty. And the tricky thing about his books is you don't know when they're going to be out of print all the time. So it is a little bit trickier to get your hands on them. Okay, Serene. This is also by Nick Chandrianata, or also Nick Filberg, as he's known. Oh, should I open this before? Yeah, you can tell I have not colored in this book. It is pristine. I feel like Dee Dee and Color and Chat with Sammy give this book really good justice. Oh, that is so pretty. I love this book. I love his artwork. Oh, it's been a while since I looked at this one. It was just so pretty. So gorgeous. And it's big. It's like, yeah. Really big. It's not as huge as I thought it was. Seeing it on camera, it looked massive, but I mean, it's still really big. So that is Serene. Here, I'll show. This is what it looks like compared to Nightfall. So it is quite a bit bigger, but not super massive. Okay. Here we have the Road coloring book. And you can tell I got this from 70 East Books because she put it in this nice cotton case. And it comes with the color version because it's more of a comic style coloring book. And I have a flip through of this on my channel as well, but I want to practice with my my alcohol markers so that I can start working in this book because it's single-sided, probably just for that reason. And this is really cool. And the way that it's bound, it's like the Asian binding that they do, so that it will lay perfectly flat. But this one is glue bound, which means some of the pages are coming up already, and I have only like flipped through it a couple times. So there we go. Sorry, I was a little out of focus. Alright, let's set that aside. And this is a big book. It's Quirkle's Masterpieces. I got this at Barnes & Noble because it was on sale. And it's all these circles and you plug them in. I started working on this one. This one looks like it's the head part of the portrait of the woman in gray, I think is what it is. Let's see. Oh yeah, arrangement. Oh, the Whistler's mother. That's what it is. Arrangement in gray and black. So that's the only one I've done in there so far. So it's kind of a spin-off on Color by Number. Okay, sorry, I had to grab another stack. This will be the last stack and then on to the next part. So here I have Po Druch's Strony Snoop, which is by Karolina Kowalska. This is her first book. I don't have her Imaginary Friends book yet, but I love her books. They're very different. The first two books are a lot more dark than her newest one. So I think I've completed 2 or 3 in here. It's just very free, so you can just kind of do whatever and it still looks amazing. This is the first picture that I did here when I was practicing with my Arteza water brushes. So there's that one. It's a little bit smaller than her other book, Ticket to Dreams. And I like that Ticket to Dreams is spiral bound because it makes it a lot easier to work in. And although it's really thick paper, it doesn't always take everything as well as you would think it might. So here's some of the pictures. I've done this one. Yeah. Here's a fox I did with my brush pens. I like using the Arteza pens on like quick and whimsical things. Here's an owl. This one definitely has a lot of darker elements in it, like case in point, but also it's really cool. Just very different, which I like. There's another one, that's the latest one that I've done, and just a quick peek. I don't know if I have a flip through of this one yet. So that's Ticket to Dreams. And oh, I love this book. Okay, this is Forest Girl by April. And it's very smooth paper. She's got her copy of what she did with it and then that version. And it's just so cute. So sweet. I started working on this picture right here. You can see it's very different than what she did. But yeah, I really like the direction it's going. I just need to get the motivation to color all these little pictures, because they're scenes in and of themselves, you know? That's the only one I've done in here. But it's so adorable, so darling. And I like the art. Woo! As I said, I cannot talk. I like the line work because it's dark, but it's not so dark that it overpowers the picture when you're finished. Okay. Then we have Forest Girl Premium Edition. I've completed one in here. And this is really thick textured paper, so it's nice for water media. This is for dreaming. And I have a flip through of this one up as well, I believe. So I won't do a full flip through on this here. Yes, here's the one I finished. I just used watercolor. It was just kind of to see how watercolors worked on the paper. And they do pretty well, but you do have to be careful about pilling with too many layers. Okay, we're getting there. I have 2 Chinese coloring books. I can't remember on the top of my head what they're called. But they're really pretty. This one, excuse me, is about different characters, I think. This doesn't really translate in Google Translate super well, so I don't really know what it's saying. I've done one in here, but this drawing style is just so pretty, because it's kind of got that like Asian anime, but not super anime. Oh, it's this one right there, which will also be my finished pages video for this month. But the paper is amazingly smooth, and the way that they bind it, it lies completely flat, because it's like sewn and glued. Really pretty. And then there's this one, which is a fantasy one. It talks about like the different goddesses and demigods and all that fun stuff. And I have one whip in this one. This pretty lady with her blue hair. So it's just really cool. Very unique. Very pretty. And you can get them on Amazon and Etsy and AliExpress. So this is... Oh, I gotta get my Momo Girl. This is Momo Girl. This is Girls with Poem and Girls with Music. And if anyone was curious, this is coloring book right there. Coloring book. So this is Girls with Music, or Girls with Poem. Very pretty. If you want to see a flip through of this one, let me know. But she has the poem and then the girl, and it is going to be one of the things that I do. As I color each picture, I'll type this in to Google Translate, because I don't know Korean well enough yet to just be able to translate everything. But I'll type it in sometime when I do each picture and write it down in English. Or I could just ask my friend what it says. But these are so pretty. And I saw on Instagram that she's coming out with another one. So I'm super excited about that. And then we have Girls with Song. And it came with a couple of prints, which are really pretty. And she, on this one, I think in Momo Girl, are the girls with poem as well. She has some of the pictures in the beginning, but I think these are pictures that fans have done and that she has done. Yeah, these are ones that she's done for sure. And I think I saw on Instagram she was talking about this book, and I think she listened to the same song for every picture, but it could have been a mistranslation. Ooh, that's pretty. But I want to dive into this book so badly, so I think I'll do that. But I love the variety that she has. There's like, this one has a lot of variety. Like, there's this kind of more funky space scene, and then you have this like Grim Reaper here. And these are some darker images, and then kind of more of an anime style, and then her typical beautiful style. This one I started translating. Yeah, it's like a love song or something. And then some smaller things of the same picture. Just kind of cool. Just really pretty artwork. So that is Girls with Song. Okay, and I have 2 more Korean books to show, and that'll be the end of this video. This is Monster. And it has 2 of the same image. So the front of the book has just the pictures, and it kind of tells the story with just the pictures. And then the second half of the book is the same pictures again, but it has the words in Korean and the words in English, which I think was really nice of them to do. But it's just really cute, and the paper is really smooth. So I want to dive into, I want to do this one and be able to read it to my kids. Excuse me. Last one. Again, if you want to see flip-throughs of any of these individually, let me know. This, I cannot remember what this is actually called, but it's Boot Gel Line Drawing and Coloring Book. I got it off of 70 East Books, and it shows the girls in the past and then the reincarnated in the future. And it's really pretty. She has some really good, nice surface design in her clothing. But the line work is pretty faint, especially on the skin. So if there is a problem with not being able to see faint lines very well, this would probably be more difficult for you to color in, but it's still really pretty. Look at that in her hair. That's a really pretty flower. So this is them in the modern days. It's really pretty. And not a lot of people have colored in this that I've seen, so I need to get into it. But yeah, that is the last one that I'll be showing for now. I'll put up a second part, hopefully on Friday, but thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there are any flip-throughs that you want to see of any of these books, and I hope to see you next time. Happy coloring!